oregano?
Yeah, Richmond oregano.
Made it to Oregon. Now we're gonna get our minivan and go see what Ben Palmer's doing. And hopefully go get a Travelall that is gonna make it home.
Dude, we made it finally. I'm so glad to be off the plane. I hate flying.
It's not my favorite either, but after a couple of days of,
Wow, dude.
after a couple of days of driving this thing across the country, you're gonna be asking for somebody to come pick your butt up. You're like, I'll fly a Cessna home.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
No. I think our drive's gonna be epic.
Dude.
My son is actually
Careful, those are known to bite.
That's, yeah, I can tell.
All right, Steven said we got something that had a big block with a blower in it. Really cool truck.
Listen. You only do like 3,500 in neutral.
Good thing we got the insurance. This thing's about to get bogged. First impressions of Oregon. It smells like trees.
If that's what you want to call it.
Keep right
Yeah.
to southeast Jessup
Excuse me.
Kind of smells like trees that somebody peed on, though.
And they're currently peeing because it's. Does anyone know why the trees in Oregon smell like pee?
Maybe we're wrong.
I'm sure we're wrong,
But I smell pee.
Yeah.
Did you pee? Dude, I'm not even talking trash. It's like a pine tree and a pea tree.
yeah, piney pee.
Piney pea.
Wow, there's like a cave.
Welcome to Oregon, brother.
Oh, man.
I don't know if the camera does any justice to what that looks like, but that's looking pretty sweet. We're gonna have to figure out what mountains we're looking at. I think the closest that we've ever been to this is in Idaho.
Yep.
And it didn't really look like this. It's kind of different. Like, it looks similar, but it's different. And
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool. So we're gonna try to like find some cool stuff to check out on the way out to Ben's place and maybe get something to eat. And well, we gotta find out where our pallet of all that, our tires and tools and
Everything that was supposed to be there yesterday
yeah.
that isn't there today still.
And I just don't know if we can fit 5 36-inch tall tires in the back of this van or not, but we might be fixing to find out.
I mean, we have a sunroof that opens up pretty good.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, there's
So
one.
we could stack some.
Put
there.
one or two there. So, I mean, we bought the insurance, so maybe we just strap them to the hood.
Yeah.
Don't know.
At the
Yes,
roundabout,
And
second
God,
Hold,
will you
please.
smash that?
Excuse me, Siri, can you shut the beep?
And now we're going to Ben Palmer's place because we're ready to see internationals, dude.
406 garage, here we come, yo.
Woo woo, skeet skeet. Dude, yes.
I think
Dude.
we made it to the right spot.
Yeah, dude. I think so. Bro, this dude's got some internationals, bud. This is sick. Dude. Bro.
And looky there.
Come on. Okay guys, what up? I hope y'all are ready for an incredible adventure. We have made it to Bend, Oregon.
So technically by the address it's Bend, but Sisters is only 6 miles that way and Bend is 15 miles that way. So it's Sisters.
Yeah, so we're in Sisters, Oregon, and that was a trip today. We drank a lot of really nasty coffee.
Yeah, at the airport.
Five different places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I feel like we got to Oregon, which is like where they make good coffee. And so we've had all the terrible coffee on the way here, and a couple of, well, they weren't terrible flights. It really wasn't bad. The last plane was pretty crowded, but it actually all went pretty well, considering.
It ain't snowing, man. It was snowing a week ago.
Yeah, I know.
This is easy rolling right now.
We
For
hate
real.
good weather here.
Yeah, and that's what everybody has said that we've ran into. Met a couple of really cool people, even like the lady that was on the airplane. We kind of told what we were doing and everywhere we've been, and they're all like, wow, for what y'all are talking about doing, you've got the best weather you can possibly get. Now, we've got a couple of days here with Ben at his place with the Travelall, and we're going to try to knock a bunch of stuff out, but we've already started off a little bit kind of in a bind.
Yes.
We have a pallet that y'all saw back at the shop with our tires, our tools, our carburetor, air cleaner,
Nothing
some other
really
stuff.
that important.
Yeah.
Just, a couple little things.
Yeah. It is now nighttime. We've got something to eat. We got our rental car. We shuffled through everything. We've made it to Ben's and been tinkering and looking at all the cool stuff. There is no shortage of cool stuff at Ben's place. There's a parking lot full. Tonight we've got to crunch because we have a full day tomorrow. Then we're taking off the day after. We're driving up to Washington to see our buddy. We'll be gone for a couple days. Then we're going to blast back down on Sunday, try to get a half day worth of work in, and try to leave Monday.
Yeah.
Which is...
Okay, we're going to try not to do the television show thing where we do a bunch of work while you're gone. We're not doing.
Yeah.
They're not getting that from us.
We don't have ghost builders.
No.
And also, we're probably gonna be picking up our tires, our carburetor, and all the rest of our parts on our way to our ski trip.
Yeah.
Meaning we won't have all those parts till we get back Sunday and when you leave the following morning Monday. So it really it's just gonna go great. Everything's gonna be great. Everything's great.
And Sunday is the first test drive day, which
Yeah.
is the day before you leave.
Exactly.
I mean, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great. We got a lot of miles to cover in places we've never been. So y'all get ready to see a couple of dweebs try to pull off something that is quite an undertaking.
This truck sat for 30 years in a barn. This truck is 53 years old. And on Sunday, this truck is going to drive.
Yeah.
Is it going to break down the way home? Probably.
Yeah,
Probably
I hope not. No.
Probably something dumb. Fuel filter.
Yeah.
Dumb
brake
stuff is
lines,
okay.
Something
Yes.
dumb. But I think that's a testament to International because if you look at Ford, Chevy, Dodge, all the other manufacturers, you can do that, but you usually got to put a motor in it. You usually got to put a train in it. You guys aren't doing that. No. We're doing maintenance and we're doing tune-up and we're doing basic parts and pieces and brakes but the original motor, the original tranny, the original T-case, original axles, all the stuff it came with in 1969.
It's still
gonna
there.
Roll all the way back to Texas.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
It's
The
gonna kill it.
feeling to pull into the house in this thing is going to be absolutely
Your kids
amazing.
are gonna go.
Leave a comment below on what you think a cool name is for a truck that is that sweet, that has made it all those years. It needs something that's fitting. 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive, big winch, high back bucket seats, factory AC truck. I need a cool name. I've called the XPO Logistics Company and the company they handed that pallet off to, and it's still sitting in Portland, which is a 3.5-hour drive across the mountain from where we are. So that takes up an entire day to go over there and get the pallet and bring it back. And that has all of our tires. It has all my Wiley X stuff in it. It's got our tools. It's got our fluids and stuff from Napa. We do have our stuff here from Schaefer's so that we can knock out all of that. Ben Palmer at 406 Garage, he had the drive shafts done at New House here in town. So I've got new U-joints. That stuff's been balanced and painted up and ready to rock and roll. We got our box of stuff from IH Parts America. So I've got hoses, I've got like wheel cylinders, brake shoes, all kinds of stuff. I've got plug wires, a coil, the donuts for the collectors, exhaust manifold gaskets, sending unit. We have a poly fuel tank. We got a 205, or actually NP202 transfer case kit. We've got a transmission filter kit, power steering line, the selector switch for the fuel tank switcher, reseal kit. Got a distributor in the box. Lots of stuff to do. I really wish I had a carburetor from Holley in the air cleaner assembly so I could put it on the truck and make that work.
And the fuel lines and the fluids and the fuel filters and the tools and everything else that we need.
We are in a bind and we're just gonna have to, I guess, not think about it and just keep going on the stuff that we can. So I am working with Kevin right now on the Travelall. And Kevin, well, it's not his first rodeo at all. This dude knows D-Series trucks better than anyone I've ever known, and probably of only a handful of dudes that are on the planet who do this. Like, who do you know who knows D-Series electrical and dash wiring and resistors and all of that stuff? Nobody, right? And if you do, then you need to leave a comment so that we can pull them into the circle of brotherly love of international stuff. But Kevin slays, and so him and I are tag teaming on this. Steven is helping Ben over here on his 1210. Come and swap. This is a cool truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this one. Me and Ben made a deal.
Okay.
Basically, once I get this set up running right, I get to have it. And so I'm like, well,
wow, that's
no
amazing,
problem.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben's a great guy, man. We love Ben.
Nicest guy I've ever met.
Last night at the bar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Steven's putting a fuel pin and rev spring in that in Holden Brothers diesel fashion, and we're over here working on our 69. And we got a lot of stuff to do. So the first thing we're doing is we're just throwing a hot battery in it, and we're gonna check lights, see if the back power window will roll down, which I doubt that it will, but we're gonna see if that thing works. Do the blinkers work? Do you know, whatever. Find out the basic stuff. Does it make magic smoke from under the dash when you turn the fan on and catch on fire? We're gonna try to cover as many of those bases as we can before we get out on the road and start heading back home on our 2,700 mile journey home. So the punch list for today is to try to get as much engine side stuff done as possible, the electrical stuff, put the drive shafts in, service the transmission, make sure that our brakes are ready to rock and roll. We've got some brake lines that are coming today that the guys at IH Parts America had actually custom made, the soft rubber lines. They should be here today. Try to get that stuff on, bleed the brakes, maybe a master cylinder, an alternator, valve cover gaskets, etc., etc. Big undertaking, a lot of stuff. And we're hoping that somehow, some way, we can find somebody to grab that pallet of stuff from over there in Portland and bring it to us. Or maybe the guys at XPO Logistics or this other company will, you know, think it's fair for the dramatically large amount of money we paid to have it shipped here on time, that maybe they'll help us out. But so far I've got nothing but people's voicemails and very little customer service. So keep that in mind when you're going to ship something that's less than a truck. Yeah, so without further ado, we're going to get after it. Okay, guys. Well, we took a break because, well, we were fighting exhaust manifold donuts and all that. Finally got them off.
Yeah.
And we met John and Cynthia, and they're friends of Ben's. And they brought this killer Metro down here, and they were telling us all these cool stories about driving this thing around. And I think this thing is so awesome.
They've driven to Texas like 10 times in this thing, so
It's unreal. Check this thing out.
Mr. Bill.
This is killer.
It's got a Jim Meyer Racing front end, which is basically like a Heights front end.
This is awesome. This thing is in great
car
shape.
shows
It's like
for,
bunk
like,
beds, dude.
You know, we built these to hold T-shirt crates because
Yeah.
we've vended at car shows for a decade or more.
Yeah.
We got that T-shirt company's gone, but the van did not go with it.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, I can see why. I've seen this on like a 3/4 ton Cummins chassis with a 37, a bunk bed or two, and
Solid
oh my
axle in
goodness
front.
over here. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
this
they make
thing's
these.
killer.
They make these in a dually rear. It's a stretched version.
Yeah.
So there's a 1-ton version of this. This is their half-ton version.
Okay.
That one is long enough you can make like a camper van out of it and have a little bit more room.
Okay, now we have more internationals that we
Ben,
need
I
to
need
buy.
you to keep an eye out for
Yeah,
Dually
for real.
Metro.
How cool is that, guys? Well, we're gonna have to get back after. We still don't have our pallet. It's hung up in Portland, and I have tried to call XPO Logistics, and we cannot get a hold of anybody. Anyway, they've put us in a mega bind, and I've said it already 20 times, but we paid a whole lot of money, and we've been put in a really bad way. So if you're gonna ship something across the country, you might want to pick somebody else.
Oh, heavens.
That's fine.
Heaven.
This will be fine.
Okay, so what we have here is a failure to communicate
Yeah.
between the cylinder head and the exhaust manifold. Wow, look at that piece.
Yeah, no, this one just goes, you kind of put it there,
Okay.
and then you just kind of put this one, well, this one here, you gotta, this one,
It's like a twist in.
you gotta get it started like, well,
Careful now.
you gotta, that
Hey,
one, you
come
gotta
on.
do that one last, maybe.
Okay.
You just gotta get this one right, just like this,
Okay.
and you tighten this bottom part,
Yeah.
and then you'll rotate till that lines up.
And then tighten it.
Yeah, and then you just kind of get this like
Okay.
that.
Cool, we'll get that knocked out.
Okay.
And then we'll be good.
Wow.
It's missing.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Gotta take a second to shout out New Braunfels Smokehouse. So we've been hustling all day. Ben made some breakfast. We had some sausage and eggs. It was great. A couple cups of coffee, but we have not eaten. And I don't know what time it is. I'm gonna guess it's 5 or 6,
No.
4. Okay.
Wow.
So we're off a couple hours because we're off a couple hours. But this is really good. This is a ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper. It's
And-
not super spicy like you would think ghost pepper. It's actually really good. I would never have bought this because it said ghost pepper, and I'd be like, no way.
It's too hot.
It's
It's
delicious.
cherry. And I like hot stuff. And it's really
great.
not that bad at all. So, y'all go check out New Braunfels Smokehouse. Buy you a bag.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Everything about that's wrong. That's why it's so right.
Love it. All right, guys. A hell of a day.
Yeah, long day, that's for sure.
Very, very long day. Man, well, we got a couple more left, so we're fixing to pack up and we're gonna head up to Washington tomorrow. Just got an update from XPO Logistics, which I still think is a terrible, bad review on my part. You get a bad review. Thumbs down so far.
You don't want my review.
Yeah. But an update that it might be in Bend, so maybe we'll get up in the morning and go with Ben into town and go with Ben into Bend and pick up our pallet of stuff. Worst case scenario, we got to go into Portland and grab it tomorrow. But we knocked a whole bunch of stuff out. We got a master cylinder done, got our thermostat housing done, valve covers off, cleaned, sandblasted and painted. New gaskets, manifold gaskets, collector donuts, fuel pump,
Lower
distributor,
radiator hose,
lower radiator
power
hose,
steering line.
power steering line on that side. Got their rear tailgate to go down and up. It's a little bit fussy about going down, I think, or maybe going up. Can't remember, but it
Either
works.
way, it functions.
All of our lights work.
Or the rear fuel tank is not going
The
to
rear
work.
fuel tank, we just can't make that happen.
It's left the chat,
Yeah.
and it's gonna stay off the chat.
Yeah, it's done. We're going home on the one tank, so we need to swap in. We got a poly tank that is needs to go in. We got to finish up the brakes. We got to put our tires on. We got to put a carburetor on. All this other stuff. So just wanted to make an ending of today. We're very, very tired, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Nighty night, bud.
Everything's great.